Hi, welcome to Volleyball One-on-One. I'm here with Ryan Kendrick from Dynamic Tape. Hey, thanks Ryan. We're ready to shoot another great video, and Ryan's company has a new type of tape called biomechanical tape. And this tape is like nothing you've ever seen. It's new on the market, and I'm telling you, it's going to change the way you deal with volleyball injuries, as well as some interesting things about the ability to change volleyball form and technique. So today we're going to be talking about the most common volleyball injury on the legs. You know, I was dealing with this a few months ago, and especially with a lot of wear and tear, which is knee injuries and patellar tendonitis.
Yeah, absolutely. So this particular technique, I guess, you know, in simple terms, it takes load out of a whole lot of things. So, you know, for the trainers and the physical therapists and so on, you can take it to a whole new level. You know, you might be correcting the hip, or you might be correcting the foot, or whatever's going on. But just as a way of taking load out of everything, this is really neat, and it's great for your muscle tears, your patellar tendons, even your patellofemoral joints, or some of the kids growing, getting the osgood-schlatter.
Oh my God, the osgood-schlatter. Wow. So all you parents and kids know about that. That's terrible.
So this is going to take a bit of load out of there as well. So it's just a nice, simple technique that you can do at home.
So in other words, what you're saying is this is the simple one that parents, kids, coaches can do.
Absolutely.
But, you know, you've got some amazing ones on your website, Dynamic Tape, for you physical therapists if you want to take this to level 10.
Right, as you say, you know, we term it a biomechanical type tape because it is so different, and we really are all about addressing what we're finding that's going on mechanically. Is there something wrong? Are they collapsing this way or that way? What structures are overloaded? Can we do some of the work for them? So obviously, you know, if you have more expertise, then you can fine-tune things and make techniques up to really specifically address it. But in simple terms, we can just take some load out of everything, and for you know, the average thing, that's going to help as well.
Perfect. Let's see it.
So in your case, you know, this is you're a big guy. This is big jumping muscles, particularly on the soft sand. So we're going to actually use what we call a power band. So I'm going to double this up before we stick it on to give us a stronger spring. So with the dynamic tape, it stretches really well over 200%. It's got strong recoil, and it stretches in all directions, so we don't lock you up. But here we're just going to make it a little bit stronger again. So we're going to laminate 2 layers together before we stick it on. You don't want to try and put one on and then another one over the top, because it'll just want to shear off itself because of the elastic recoil. So you make it up first. Just lay this down.
And you want to think of this tape kind of as like a bungee cord, so it's extremely stretchy. You know, it's not like kinesio tape or some of these other tapes on the market. So it really is expanding, so when you go forward, if you tape it like this, it will slow your expansion down. So it's a really interesting what it does and how it works.
Right, so what we're going to do here is basically mimic the action of your quads muscle here and through the patella and onto the patellar tendon. So we're going to stick it on with your leg out straight, so as you bend down, this is going to stretch, and it's going to do some of that work to control you lowering, and then actually assist you to come back up again.
Nice.
So it's like having a spring on almost for your legs, basically.
So you're spraying on this adhesive. Tell us just quickly about the adhesive.
Yep, so this is an adhesive spray. The thing with these glues on the tapes is they're heat activated, so to reach their maximal bond, they take about an hour or so, and in the elite sport world particularly, you often don't have an hour to wait. So we're going to just spray this, and that gives us a really good quick bond with the glue, or with the tape, and it allows you to get hot and sweaty quickly, or get out into the water and things like that, and still it'll stay on nicely for you. It is a bit cold though. Didn't warn you about that one. There we go. Alright. So what we're going to do is start up here for you, just relax your leg a little bit. If it is a muscle tear, for example, though, you want to start well above the tear. In this case, we'll pretend there's something going on down here around your patellar tendon, so we're going to start through there. Nice anchor point here at the end without any tension on it, because if I just pull on there, you're going to get a bit of a reaction, you know, from the skin. So it's always important, if you get any itching or burning or stinging or irritation, take it off, because you might be getting a blister, or even in some cases, very rarely, an allergic reaction. So
and this is in like kinesio tape. This is very important. You're not tying this like kinesio tape. This is a whole different type of tape.
Right, and this goes on in a lot of cases almost the opposite way to kinesio. So it's going on in a short position. Our kinesio often goes on in a lengthened position to bunch up and lift our skin and so on. This we want on in that short position, so we get that real bungee cord effect. So we're going to stick that one on there, hold it down really well for a good 30 seconds to a minute normally to get that glue bonding off, and then give it a really good rub. And then what I'm going to do here is put a cover strip on, which is just going to increase the adhesion and hold everything down really, really well. And it's going to give you extra recoil, extra strength in the technique as well. So I'm now going to use a wider one. So the first one is a 2-inch, 5-centimeter tape. This one's a 3-inch, and it's going to lock around the top here. So we use this really important with our rugby and those guys who are getting grabbed and things, because with a double layer it's a bit of a thicker edge, it's easier to rip off.
Yeah.
So this way I have a single layer there on top, which is, you know, a little harder to tear off. And so we just start above the first one. We're going to pull this one down. Again, anchor really well. Slight bit of tension, so I'm not really stretching it strongly, I'm just taking up the slack in the tape. And then I'm going to run that all the way down and finish down below this one as well.
And that seems to be a common theme in the taping. You're not stretching it per se, you're just taking out the...
Yeah, just taking up the slack, exactly. The position is going to create the tension for me. So because we've got it on in this short position, as you move, that's going to create the tension. I just want to take up the slack, so as soon as you move, we get that load absorption. And the, you know, the properties of the tape will do the work for you. So the position creates the tension, and the properties of the tape do all that work for you. So that's it in its simplest form. We can also lock one across here to really lift up and unload there. So I'll just stick that over the top, and you can see that. And that way, we take a bit of that pressure off, say that where that tendon's attaching for your osgood-schlatters, or a little bit higher.
Oh, for all you kids, I'm sure you're going to love this one, guys.
So we know that our tendon problems stem primarily from a combination of tensile load, so that load in this direction, as well as compressive load from both within the tendon and all the soft tissues around the tendon. So this way we can help to unload that a little bit. I'm going to start through here. And what I do is actually gather up all that soft tissue and create like a big soft spongy area underneath the tape here. And then I hold it there using that recoil of the tape, so that you can see it pulling in through here, and it just unloads everything. Again, hold that down really well, normally for a good 30 seconds or a minute. And remember, if it's itching or burning or stinging, then you know you want to get it off. But if you stand up, you'll feel that one on you.
Wow. That feels so different. So I played in a tournament on Saturday, and I was a little bit stiff, you know what I mean? I needed to rub out these and rub this and the calf. And
it's funny though, because even sometimes, you know, that DOMS, that delayed onset muscle soreness you get from having a hard workout or a few games in a row when you're not used to it, we could stick this on, and I had a Facebook post just the other day from somebody who'd done the Relay for Life, you know, walking all night. He said, took it away instantly, So,
well, you can just feel it, because what it's doing is it's just supporting everything.
It's just doing some of that work, so your quads don't have to work so hard now to lower you down, because you've got a spring on there doing a bit of the work for you.
Okay, if you're interested in finding out more about this tape, visit Volleyball 101. We shot some great videos, or dynamictape.com. For you physical therapists, there's a lot more advanced techniques on dynamictape.com. For you beginners, if you're interested, we've shot some great videos on all the common volleyball injuries, as well as we're giving a free sample of the tape as well as the spray away at volleyball101.com. Again, thanks Ryan.
Thanks, Andre.
Tape's been featured with a lot of the top players in the world. In volleyball, indoor, it's been featured with the Brazilian national team. It's been featured on the AVP and the FIVB, and at all the highest levels in tennis, baseball, cricket, rugby, name it. Okay, thank you.